Yo, what is going on, guys? This is your boy Anvil Head here, and I am back once again for this other match of the SPL 14 Week 3. And finally, we have our boy John Corleone versus LittleBigPlanet. You already know I am biased. I have John on the left side right here. And it looks like he's using the same team as Noisy in his match with PJ. I really like the team comp, bro. I love the Gallade usage right now. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on that, man. But yeah, just team preview wise, dude, Gallade Zapdos kind of goes in, man. Not gonna lie. You would think that the Zam can outspeed in Shadow Ball, but I'm pretty sure this is the Shadow Sneak Gallade, so that Zam does not stand a chance. Um, Literally the only thing I see in the way of that Gallade is Clef. But this I think this Gallade runs Psycho Cut, so if we see a crit out of nowhere, then that Clef is a goner too. So definitely going to be an interesting one for sure. Um, Nonetheless, I know Zam is Zam. It'll still put in work. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, it is pretty good versus most of John's team. I think the only thing he has to watch out for is honestly is if he can break through that clef, um, that could be really good. And I could see that happening if you know, Mr. Man, I don't want to say Mr. Popo. That's sus. I'll just say a Little Big Planet or Popo. I'll just call him Popo. Uh, if he gets a T wave off on Clef or something, maybe the Pharaoh's T wave. And maybe if he gets a taunt off or something, if it's like taunt Gliscor. Also he could be just T wave on the other Clef. There's a lot of possible T wave users on Popo's side. With John, I think okay, so that Volcanion and Scarf, that's also pretty nice to know. So Popo probably has that knowledge coming into the match. John could switch around a couple things though. So, could be uh could be a surprise in there. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the Gallade does, man. I think this is probably gonna be one of those matches where I might put in a lot of work. Um, I think Zapdos 2 looks really good. Um, I think the only thing stopping Zapdos on Popo's team is the Clef, and that can be hacked with some Weavile Icicle Crashes. Um, it could also be paralyzed. Maybe if he somehow switched around the Clef and made it T-Wave, um, it could get crit. It could get crit by Psycho Cut and that stuff. So, yeah, man, this is gonna be very spicy. I'm biased. I'm rooting for my man John right here. But let's see how Popo plays with his team. I think Spikes looks really nice, um, especially since the Zapdos is in Defog and John is relying on Drill, which can be kind of punished with the knockoff on Pharaoh or what's it called? Power Whip. I think a lot of mons on Popo's end kind of punish the Excadrill, which is actually pretty quite nice. Maybe if that's somehow Life Orb left with Flamethrower, that could also punish Drill pretty badly. So yeah, definitely an interesting match. Let's see what happens. Lead wise, I think maybe what would we see? I think T-Chan or Pharaoh lead uh on Popo's end. I think maybe Clef is safe on Johnson, but I could definitely see Zapdos lead or something like that too. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's play. So turn one, we see Rotom on Clef. So Clef EV, that's fair. Um, in the last match between PJ and actually this is like the same exact lead straight up between PJ and Noisy. So let's see if this Rotom is Scarf. Um, so I could just see John getting a procs here. That's pretty much free for him, I think. He could click knock if he really wants to catch a Gliscor or something, if he does have that, but I'm pretty sure it was just Stealth Rock T-Wave or something, Moonblast Clef. Heatran here, I'm assuming Heatran is just gonna get a procs here. Here, I could see John do a couple of things. Maybe he could T-Wave right here. Maybe he could go into Volcanion or something. Let's see what happens though. Volcanion in. So as we know in the previous match with the Noisy, this was Scarf Volcanion. Let's see if this is any different. Let's see. Do we see a double on John's end? I think he probably Steam is fine for free. Okay, 29, and this will reveal if the Rotom is lefties or not. It is lefty, so defensive Rotom. Really nice burn on the Rotom. Thing with Rotom here kind of has to click Volt Switch. So that could be really interesting if John wants to bring in Drill or something like that. But I think honestly, Clef is probably a safe play in my opinion because yeah, it doesn't really do much. And then I think yeah, Volt Switch on the Clef, maybe bringing Gliscor get the Toxic Orb off. John can bring Zap in, Zap forces in other Clef or Heatran, and then John can get a spin off with it. I know, bro. I'm seeing like so many, bro. I feel like I know how John plays, man. I think I can see what's gonna happen. Let's see, Clef, Pain split up. Okay, that's fine. Um, Rotom probably Volt Switch. Gliscor probably coming in. Get the Toxic Orb. Oh, Ferrothorn. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to get up spikes. Okay, yeah. This is probably yeah. This is probably not what's it called? Um, not Flame Clef. It's probably Calm Mind or Moonblast T-Wave. I think the sequence is probably the same for John though. He goes into Zapdos, forces the switch with Zap, and then gets Drill in on the Clef slash Heatran. So I mean, I think it still works out for him. So he gets the spin off in the end. Um, yeah, let's see. Zapdos in, probably a spike up. Oh, knock. Okay, knock. Okay, yeah, interesting, interesting. Um, That is kind of no drawback. That's fine. I think he can Volt Switch up or Roost. Roost is safe. Yep. Volt Switch probably bring in the Volcanion once again, or he could bring in yeah. Oh, hoo! Okay, nice, nice, good, good. Oh my God, that is very good. Oh my God, that is actually kind of unfortunate for Popo here. He's now right, straight up in the back now. Um, Left is obvious. It is only switching straight up. Um, Maybe Popo could roar again if he's feeling spicy, but I don't think that's a good idea because yeah, just because he just loses him on straight up. I think Clef is free, would be normally free, but John, I feel like is the type of person to capitalize on. I feel like we're probably gonna see a drill come in right now. If a drill comes in, it is basically a free spin for him. Oh man. Oh man, Jonathan, finest of work, man. All right, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're probably gonna see a Spike Up versus a Zapdos coming in, or okay, Volcanion, interesting. All right. So once again, actually wondering, John kind of clicks Steam again, I think. Let's see, because I think what's it called? Oh, sheesh. Okay. Um. Yeah, that's sheesh, man. All right, I was not expecting that. I was expecting maybe fishing for a burn on Pharaoh's Thorn just so Joe can somehow beat it 1v1. But yeah, okay. That Rotom is really low. I don't think the next overheat's gonna take it out though. 33. It's kind of spicy, but I think Rotom gets a free Pain split up here anyways. I'm kind of curious what John does. I feel like Clef might decrease the momentum and everything, put him in the bag. Let's see what happens though. I'm kind of curious what he does here. Weavile, that is very interesting. That is very interesting. So I'm assuming John's line of play here is probably clicking knock and getting rid of the item on Clef. Um, I think that's probably what's gonna. I don't know if Pursuit is a play here because yeah, that's kind of sus. I wouldn't risk Weavile like that. I think knock is probably the play, and maybe he's trying to aim for Icicle Crash, possibly chipping down the Clef just enough to force a switch or something so Gallade can win late game. Maybe that's what he's trying to do here, but I think knock is definitely free for Jonathan here. And the Popo should switch out, I think, because this Rotom is very good versus John's team. So good knock, and he reveals the item on Clef, which is Life Orb. So it is probably well, like John is probably aware not to go straight into drill on this, just for the fact that the drill could get flamed or anything like that. Because it's Life Orb Clef. And he revealed knock on what's it called? The Pharaoh. So it might just be Moon, Softball, Calm Mind, and his choice of coverage Ice Beam or Flame. So I could see John going into his own Clef because now that Clef isn't taking that much damage, the I think John's line of thinking here is just to get the T wave off. But Popo could read that and just go into Gliscor here and get the Toxic Orb off. Pharaoh is interesting because okay, I mean he can go into Pharaoh every time on Clef because it's not Flame, so he could try to get up a free spike and everything. Um, I think here though, be with rocks up, um, yeah, I'm kind of curious. Zapdos is all I think is free. I don't know if he wants to get chip on Volcano for no reason. I think maybe I mean Zapdos kind of okay, yeah, yeah. Good score, okay. So gets a Toxic Orb off. He should still switch out though, because Static Zap usually runs HP Ice. So that's fine. The Heatran is slowly getting. Oh my God, beautiful momentum play by Jonathan right here. So he's capitalizing on the fact that Popo has to switch out to tank the HPS and everything. So this is really good for John. He can bring in whatever he wants, honestly, to threaten Popo. He could bring in Gallade, though I don't know if I would do that right away. I think maybe Volcanion could be a good switch in. Oh, he's just bringing it in. Okay. Um. So Gallade takes one Moonblast from Clef. So if he really wants to, he could just SD and break something at least on Popo's team. Let's see what happens. The Clef in. He'll take the hit. He knows the Clef isn't T-Wave or anything like that. It might if he is T-Wave Life Orb, well played, but he's definitely gonna take the Moonblast right here. Psycho Cut does 55. Okay, that's pretty solid actually. And the lefties are knocked, so very well played by our boy Jonathan right here. Psycho Cut is free once again. Beautiful. So Rotom is gone. That is great for Volcanion and Excadrill. So Gallade is putting in some work, which I really like. Um, he could Psycho Cut. I don't think he's gonna kill. I'm curious if he clicks Drain Punch here or something. Let's see. Drain Punch does 30. That's good enough, I think. 34. Okay, yeah. All right. I think the score is in range now. So yeah, I think Psycho Cut is free once again. I don't think Popo should get rid of the score because then Clef becomes kind of annoying for Popo's team. He should probably switch out. I think maybe I'm honestly wondering how he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna like try to bait a Shadow Sneak or something, so the Pharaoh can kill the Gallade with the Iron Barb's damage. But the thing is, I don't know what he has to either sack something or do something crazy like hard to say or something. I don't think he's gonna do that. Oh my gosh, he actually did it. Oh, okay. Oh my God, man. All right. Popo should preserve the Zam. The Zam is still pretty good if it does get the Mega off. I'm thinking that his only way to deal with this is to just go Ferrothorn. Otherwise, he like straight up just auto loses to the Zam right here. Um, Maybe John reads that, but I mean, he is up. He is up. I don't think he would risk it. I think it probably is just safe to go for the sneak here. Let's see what happens though. Sneak in, yeah. Ferrothorn is gonna kill the Gallade with the Iron Bars damage. So we are 5 at 5. Rotom is gone, so Volcanion is pretty solid. Clef is at 45, so do with that what you may. Volcanion I think does grab a kill here, just clicking whatever it wants, I think. Let's see. Flame. Beautiful. Okay, Clef is gone. That is great for Weavile. Um, yes, and also great for Zapdos. So I think maybe John might be taking the end game in the end. Let's see how he plays this. I think maybe Clef can kind of just come in on the Heatran. Um, you would think the Fire Steel type beats the Fairy type, but no, not always. Rocks up. I mean, you get the spin off later, anyways. Clef T Wave, good. Um, I think he's just banking on. He just wants to get a knockoff or something on anything, and honestly, and that could be good for him. Maybe he could get a double switch on Weavile after he spins, of course. After he spins, um, I would. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Zapdos always kind of free here. I wonder if Pop was a double or something into. Oh my God, dude! How did? Oh, sheesh! All right, John is on a different level, man. I think we think the same sometimes. No, John is way better than I could ever be, man. Good double moon or good moonblast predicting Popo to possibly. So I think so. Popo's line of thinking, I'm pretty sure I'm trying to understand, is that he was trying to get in versus the Zapdos, possibly get like a attack off on that, and possibly just get rid of it. I think he's still like he would still be in the back though if he Mega Evolved because he would take rock damage anyways, and then Viva could like Ice Shard, and then Zapdos kind of probably won. Zapdos or Clef slash Volcanion probably won in the late game. I mean, yeah, he's already in the back. So John, I mean, yeah, Moonblast was free for him. He always had Zapdos in the back. The Gliscor couldn't heal up and attack at the same time. So yeah, that was honestly pretty free for him. Now I think he is free to go into his Zapdos right here and just spam HP Ice. Even if the Heatran does come in, it can't really do much to the Clef. We haven't seen any move that could do anything per se. Nice thing about here is that the Zapdos outspeeds the Gliscor. So yeah, I can just click HPIs. That's fine. You can just Volt Switch out into Clef. The nice thing about this is Popo can't really double into Gliscor because it'll block the Volt Switch anyway, so John can just click whatever he wants. Yeah. Plume, I mean, you just heal up, man. Like it's yeah. Oh, I think I might speed this up a little bit. I think okay, yeah, heals up. It's mostly gonna be the same thing. Going hard drill, he just wants to get the spin off. That is fair. And I'll probably be reading the okay. Um Honestly, yeah. I don't blame him. Uh that's fine, I think. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He can just click that. Okay, okay. Yeah, Heatran is 13. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I mean, this is a 50-50 like situation. Heatran goes for rocks. Icicle Crash still free nonetheless. John hits three. That's good. Ferrothorn in. Honestly, it kind of just clicks Crash again. That's the chip this. Gyro, fine. Zapdos wins. Volcanion, you can do all that stuff with overheat and everything too. But yeah, Zapdos just wins in the end. Um, yeah, that's fine. SD up. Zapdos is faster, so you just HP Ice. Gliscor could take you out, and then Volcanion outspeeds and kills with the Steam Eruption. If it hits, if it hits, if it hits, if it hits, and it does hit. Okay, I was gonna be afraid that this was gonna end up like a seasons game, man. All right, I'm glad that connected. Good, good game by Jonathan. I always love the way he plays, man. It's very like methodical. You could see that with the play, the turn, those turns that he played with the Clef, getting that Weavile in and getting the knockoff on Clef just so the Gallade could 2-hit KO with Psycho Cut. That was beautiful. Um, and the end game, I think here was really solid. He played really well with Zapdos. Sometimes you're able to see like a couple plays ahead and see how John plays. I think in the earlier in the match when I was saying that like oh Zap John can use the opportunity to volt switch with Zap and get a drill in on Clef slash Heatran to get a spin off. That was just my line of thinking. Maybe his was kind of similar, but yeah, I think mostly this match depended on whether John was able to break with Gallade, which he used that quite well. He was able to punch through the Clef and get the chip needed on it for Volcanion and Zapdos to win the game, which was really solid from his end. I think Popo, it was unfortunate because he had to deal with the Shadow Sneak Gallade. If he dealt with any other Gallade set, I think the Zam could have just put in work regardless. Um, I don't think I saw T Wave on anything, but if he was able to possibly T Wave John's Clef or something, Zam could have just gone in. But yeah, solid, very solid plays by John. He's probably gonna go crazy this SPL. So yeah, I look forward to that. Popo, hopefully you bounce back in the next one. I don't think you played much wrong. I think it was honestly just John had really solid positioning. And the thing with those types of teams are they are very like with like Zam is very scary nonetheless. But I think with stuff like this Fat Pharaoh, Clef Heatran, Gliscor is prone to getting punished by aggressive play, which I think John did plenty of this match. So yeah, still solid game nonetheless. Not too much hacks. Which is always nice to see compared to the previous ones, man. Oh God. All right. But yeah, really solid game. I look forward to both what these guys do in the future rounds. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.